Hello, I'm Brad Nelson, the CEO of FRCS Tech, and welcome to this free training on how to upgrade your business computers from Windows 10 to Windows 11. This is really important if you're a business because Microsoft is cutting support for Windows 10 in a couple months in October of this year, 2025, and you will no longer get security updates and your computers will be vulnerable if you don't upgrade to Windows 11. We're going to go through all the steps you need to inventory your computers all the way to getting them up to date with Windows 11 so that you can stay secure. And the way that's going to look is first, we're going to go through inventory all of your computers that you still have running Windows 10. Then we are going to go through and make sure that those computers have compatible hardware with Windows 11. Then we're going to back up everything on those computers so that just in case something happens during the upgrade, you don't lose any sensitive information or important information. And then we're going to do the actual update from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Microsoft makes that really easy. And if you have a license for Windows 10, meaning your computer is running Windows 10, Microsoft gives you a license for Windows 11 free of charge. So you can upgrade without paying for Windows 11. Then we're going to check for some corruptions, make sure that nothing is corrupt, and make sure that the update went smoothly and correctly. And that's it. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is take an inventory of all the computers you have that are still running Windows 10. If you already have an inventory of your computers, this is pretty simple. If you don't, then you need to do this. There are some softwares out there that you can use to do this quickly and automatically. At FRCS Tech, we use a software called Atera, which is a remote monitoring and management tool that automatically inventories our customers' computers for us, so we can pull up a report of which computers are still running Windows 10 pretty simply. You can look for a software solution like that, or you can simply go around, collect information on your computers, and put it down in a spreadsheet. The information that you're going to want to write down in your inventory is you want the computer name so that you can identify it easily. You're going to want what processor the computer currently has, and you're going to want to write down what version of Windows it is. In this case, we're only looking for Windows 10, but if you just want to go ahead and inventory all your computers, even the ones running Windows 11 or other operating systems, now might be a good time to do it. Let's hop into my Windows 10 machine right here, and I will show you how to find all of that information to put in your inventory sheet. All right, I'm here in my Windows 10 computer, and in order to find all that information you need for your inventory sheet, you just want to go here to the Start menu, and then click on this little gear icon that says Settings. Once the setting page opens up, you'll go here to System, and then over on this left-hand menu side, go all the way down to the bottom where it says About. Now, as you can see, this displays all the information on the computer that you need. Right here, the processor, we can see that this is an Intel Core i3 8100T. So we'll record that. The computer name is right here next to device name. It's also up here under where all the hardware information is. And then if you scroll down, you can see we're running Windows 10 Professional on this computer. Now, it's not a bad idea to write down other information on your computers, especially if you're creating just a general inventory. So writing down things like the model of the computer itself, the available RAM, the hard drive size, and any sort of warranty information is not a bad idea to have on hand just in general. But for this specific task, all we need is the processor, the computer name, and what version of Windows it's running. If you want a simple spreadsheet to record all this information in, I've created a spreadsheet template for your inventory. I'll put a link below this video where you can download that for free. I'll have Microsoft Excel version and a Google Sheets version for you to use for free. Okay, now that you have your list of computers still running Windows 10, we need to check and see if the hardware in those computers are compatible with Windows 11. The main thing that you have to look at is the processor, which is the reason we recorded it in the inventory list. Windows 11 only supports Intel processors that are Generation 8 and newer, and it only supports AMD Ryzen Series 2000 and newer. Now, on both of those, the first digit in the model number is the generation. So with our Windows 10 computer over here, you saw that we had a Core i3-8100T. That first digit, the 8, means that it is an 8th generation Intel processor. So our computer is compatible with Windows 11. With the Intel ones, you might see 9, 10, 11, 12 as the first digit there, as the first part of the model number. All of those are compatible with Windows 11. Now, if you see something older, like 5 or 6, then those are too old and they're not compatible. It's the same with the AMD Ryzen. If you see an AMD Ryzen 2 something 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 or AMD Ryzen 3, 4, 5, those are all compatible with Windows 11. But if you see a Ryzen like 1250 or 1290, those are not compatible. Now, this is a Lenovo ThinkStation P300 workstation, and it is a very capable, very powerful machine, even though it's getting kind of old. Now, this is still, like I said, very powerful and very capable. Unfortunately, it has a 4th generation Intel processor, and so it is not compatible with Windows 11. If you have machines like this that are not compatible hardware-wise, your only course of action is to replace it with something newer. We've determined that our Windows 10 computer here is compatible with Windows 11, so the next step is to back up all of our documents and other data. You can do this with the built-in Windows 10 backup feature, which will back up all of your information to OneDrive, or you can use a third-party backup software like Acronis or Your Backup, or you can simply copy all of your documents and photos and everything onto a flash drive or an external hard drive. Now, I've done a lot of these upgrades from Windows 10 to Windows 11 recently, and I haven't had a single one corrupt data so far. However, this is a pretty important step because if you don't have your stuff backed up and something does go wrong, you could potentially lose that stuff forever. So make sure that you have it backed up, even, like I said, something as simple as copying it to a flash drive just to have on hand. We're going to start the actual upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Microsoft makes this really simple. Go ahead and go to your computer, open up your web browser of choice, and you can go to google.com and search for download Windows 11. And it should be this first link. Make sure that you are checking these links. It should be www.microsoft.com and then en-us/software-download/Windows 11. If you're anywhere besides Microsoft's website, you're in the wrong place. And the page looks like this. This first link here is the Windows 11 Installation Assistant. This is what you need. Go ahead and click the Download Now button, and it is going to download the Windows 11 Assistant. Then go ahead and run that. Click Yes on the UAC pop-up, and you're going to be presented with the installation software for Windows 11. Go ahead and click Accept and Install. And this software is going to go through, download Windows 11. It's going to check and make sure that your computer is compatible with Windows 11. And then it's going to install it for you. If everything went smoothly, the Windows 11 Installation Assistant will pop up and tell you that it needs to restart your computer. Go ahead and click Restart Now, and the computer will restart probably a couple times, and you'll be presented with a black screen saying that it's installing things with a percentage counter. Go ahead and let it do its thing. Our Windows 10 computer is now upgraded to Windows 11, and it took about 30 minutes. The time it's going to take is going to depend on the specs of your computer and how fast your internet is. But generally, I've seen it take between 20 and 30 minutes on average. So now that our computer is running Windows 11, we just want to double check that our Windows 11 is activated. It should automatically activate, but it's a good idea to double check. In order to do that, you go to the Start menu, and you go to Settings, and then you want to go to System on the left-hand side, scroll all the way down to the About section. And this is going to give you the same information that we looked at when we were taking inventory. And if you scroll down under Product Key and Activation, you're going to click that. If you notice, it says we're running Windows 11 Pro now. If you click Product Key and Activation, it will say here, Activation State Active. If it says anything other than active, you'll have to troubleshoot that, and unfortunately it might mean you have to purchase a Windows 11 product license from Microsoft. However, I haven't ever seen this happen, but it is something to check. Now, the final thing we're going to do is just double check our installation, make sure that there were no corrupted system files in the process. And this is somewhat of an optional step. It's a little bit more advanced, and you could skip it as long as your computer seems to be running okay, but it is a good idea to do. So then on our computer, go ahead and click in the search menu. If you don't have the search menu on your taskbar by default, you can hit Windows key S on your keyboard and it will bring up the search prompt. And you want to type in CMD. Now I'll bring you up an option for the command prompt. You want to right click on the command prompt and click Run as Administrator, or alternatively here in Windows 11 on the right hand side here it gives you some extra options and you can just click Run as Administrator over here. Then go ahead and click Yes on the UAC pop-up, and you will have an administrator level command prompt. Now we're going to run a couple commands just to make sure that there were no corrupt files or anything. The first one we're going to run is check disk, and this will check your file system for any errors. And the command for that is just chkdsk, and then hit the Enter key. This might take a few minutes to run, but it'll make sure that your file system is all where it should be and it's not corrupt. All right, our check disk command has finished running. It looks like everything was fine. There were no problems here. The next thing we're going to do is check for corruption in our Windows image. And the command for that is dism space /online space / clean up -image space / restore health. All of this should be lowercase, and maybe I can get the commands up here on the screen so you can see them how they're supposed to be typed out. And then go ahead and hit Enter. This command is going to check our Windows image on the computer, make sure everything's up to date, and make sure there's no corruption. Now this one can take some time. I've seen this take 20, 30, sometimes even 45 minutes to complete. And sometimes the little progress bar will get stuck at 50% or 62%. Just let it sit and do its thing, and it should complete, but it might take a while. Okay, now our image verification is complete. It didn't take very long on this machine, and everything came back good. There's one last command that you should run, and that is going to check your actual system and the installation, and that is sfc space / scan now. This one generally doesn't take but a couple minutes, but sometimes it can take some time as well. All right, our SFC scan has finished, and it actually did find some corrupt files and repaired them for us. And this was a clean, fresh install of Windows 10 upgraded to a clean, fresh install of Windows 11, and it still found some corrupt files. So again, this step isn't 100% necessary, but it is recommended. After you've successfully updated all of your computers to Windows 11, make sure that you run Windows Update to make sure you get the most recent security updates and feature updates to stay secure and make sure your computers are running at the top of their abilities. If you need help with this process or you just want it done completely for you, we can help. We currently only have enough bandwidth to support 5 new clients before October, so click the button below this video to schedule a free call where we will assess your needs and chat about what it would look like to partner with us. Thanks for watching and stay secure.